All right, welcome back to the Lead Shed here. Doing some 6mm arc reloads this evening. I've got 105 grain bullets from Hornady. And so just looking at the starting load data here, they don't have 105 on here, but they have 103 grain jacketed and 107 grain. And we've got the Hornady Lever Evolution powder, which is what we're using, at 25.4 grains for 107s. And 25.6 for 103. So looks like the sweet spot would be 25.5 between the two for maybe a 105. So that's a starting load. That seems a little light from what I've read earlier, but again, this is just a starting load thing. So we don't have to get super completely accurate with this either. For our weight, we got to be just in that ballpark, somewhere to work from. Then we can get a little more precise later as we test our loads. So let me get out my little drug scale here. One of my tenants left this behind. Who knows what they were using it for, but it works out great for this now. So anyways, that's zeroed out with the measuring cup there. That's at 0. Let's just see where we're at here with this. I think it's pretty close. There it's reading about 25.6. So 25.6 would be good. I'll take that to start with. So it's pretty easy to reload these. I don't know how new you are to reloading, but they have these all-in-one funnels. Put that over your brass, pour your powder in. It's as simple as that. And there you go. You got one charged up and ready to go. And we've got, let's just do a 20 tonight, and we'll test these out. See where they're at, and we'll work up from there, and we'll test them out with the gas gun, make sure they're got enough pop on them to cycle and everything runs smooth. So I'm not going to sit here and make huge batches of them, just enough to kind of test them out. Even 20 is probably too many, but once you get in the groove, you just want to kind of crank them out. So we'll start with 20 tonight. We'll do some testing tomorrow, and we'll see how it all works out. And here, we'll go on to pressing here momentarily. I'll fill up these with some powder, and I'll show you how you press them in. Okay, we've got our 20 rounds all ready to go. So we're going to cut open this box of Hornady 105 match. There you go, 105 match. Some good G1 BCs on it, 0.530, twist rate 1 to 8, and that's what we got on our barrel, so these should work out great. Let's see these little pills. There you go, there's your little 243 105 grain match. So what we're going to do is take our brass that's already been loaded with powder. I've already gone down and checked it. My brass has gone all the way up, and it just hits this. So we want to make it just so it just is touching the shoulder when it goes up. And let's just see how it looks when it comes down. Look at that, just like glass. And let's do this. Now they're saying 2.26 is the overall length that you're looking for, which I think is a little bit long. I've heard some complaints about cycling issues because Hornady was making them just a little too long. And this is at a 2.0365, so that's a little bit too short, really. I think you want to be right about 2.1 to 2.2 range. Let's see here. Yeah, they're saying 2.26 overall length, and I'm at, what was that? Let's check it one more time. I'm looking at 2.0365. So yeah, those are a little bit short, so what we'll do is we'll back it off just a hair. I'm sure that'll be fine, but so what we'll do is we'll loosen this up. We'll back it out a little bit, tighten it back down, and let's try another one. Check where that length is at. Very smooth press. Really liking this Hornady iron press. So let's check this guy now. See if we're any closer to 2.1 or 2.2. Well, only came up, oh geez, about 100th. So yeah, we'll keep moving it. We'll just keep adjusting as we go here. Again, this is the first time reloading 6mm arc. That's why I'm doing starting loads. I'm kind of testing out my own stuff with my own presses and trying to figure out exactly how I want to do these. And these are for gas loads right now. I do have a Howa Mini action. I don't know if I mentioned that yet, coming from Brownells. It's on back order, and who knows how long that is going to be in back order. So we're not going to do any bolt action loads quite yet, but when that comes in, we'll start testing those as well. But let's just see here now. Again, our calipers, and we're just going to keep repeating this process until we get kind of to a happy spot where I feel good about the length here. Yeah, now we're at 2.0555, so just keep coming. I kind of want to be, at like a 212 to a 215. I think that's, from what I've read about it, I think that would be a happy spot for it. I think the Hornady initial loads were just a little too long, and there was some jamming and cycling issues with it at that length. So I'd like to keep pretty well under that. Not where I'm crunching my powder with the round, but let's just keep moving. See that looks like a nice bullet. That looks like how it comes out of the box. Let's see what that looks like. Yeah, we're right there around almost 2.1. So maybe just a little bit more of an adjustment up. And then we will be at a good spot here, I think. Okay, let's try that right there. All right, well, yeah, I'm feeling good about these. These are really easy to load. I'm loving that it takes 2 4.3s for the 6mm arc. Ammo's really easy to find, really inexpensive. I've been finding factory seconds of the 103 ELDXs, and yeah, look at 2.16. I'll take that. Let's stop right there. Let's put them all at 2.16, right in that region. Yeah, 2.15, 2.16. Yeah, 2.16. Yeah, let's shoot for that. Good. Well, I'll keep cranking these out, and we'll take them out and shoot some tomorrow and make sure these are groovy. I had some cycling issues early on, but I figured them out with a magazine issue. Check out my other YouTube video on that. Went through a whole lot of problems that I thought I was fixing by doing certain things, and none of that was the problem. Turns out it was the mags the whole time. But anyway, yeah, this is super easy to do. This press is great. This iron press by Hornady is great. Super easy to switch out dies. Adjusting shoulder length is easy. Back off your screw here and just do slight adjustments to kind of play with that overall length dimension measurement. So I've been doing that. I started out way too short, about 2.05 up to 2.1. Now we've worked up to 2.15, and I'm real happy with how easy these just load in here too. This is just a really nice transition from reloading 8.6 Blackout, which is just an absolute chore. But now once I figured it out, I mean it's fun. But yeah, these are all like 2.15. I think I'm gonna be real happy with that. And we'll load up a box of blacks here, mark them. Well, they're already 105 grain, so that's nice to know. Fill that box back up. We'll take it out to the woods. We'll go to the 100-yard range, and we'll use that arc in some more and get that dialed in. All right, welcome back to Michigan on this fall-esque day. We're gonna test out these 6mm arc reloads that I did the other day. I did just the 25.5 grain powder on the 105s, And we're just going to make sure they cycle. This is a beginner load, and so this is a test, and we'll see how it runs. And we'll get this arcing dialed in. Still needs a little bit of tweaking on the crosshair. So without further ado, we'll see if these actually cycle as well. So we'll see if it even racks. Nope. Well, it actually drove the bullet back in. Wow. Okay. 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 That's good to know. So our overall length was too short. So let's try. Let's try this one. This one's a little longer. I think it was around 2 to 2.1. And that one seemed to load okay. Let's just fire it and see if it extracts. Put my ears on. I don't need them with this Rex can, but I already got them out here, so why not? The mag locked back, so that's good. And this, I can't believe how that knocked it back in. I went too deep on these. Oh, look at this one, moves too. These ones should be better. We'll see. Otherwise, really gonna have to put a good crimp on these. I feel better about these ones, these longer. These are about 2.15, 2.16. So we'll see. We'll just do a 3-shot. All right, chambered well. All right, those did what I thought they would do. These 3 are gonna go back to the drawing board. I'm gonna throw a bullet puller on those, and we'll reuse the brass. We'll redo these. But those are a no-go for sure. All right, so we had some good groups with those 3. The overall length looks good, where I eventually end up settling on our dies, kicking them out around 2.16. Those all cycled good, no problems with them, and the groups are good. Pretty tight for just testing out. I'm not really like deep breathing and trying to put some good groups together right now, but those were right on. I just had to dial a few clicks right, and yeah, we'll try another 3 here. See if these group up just as nice. I feel like I pulled that one. Yeah, these are cycling good. Let's do 3 more. So it is true what they've been saying. I'm getting the same results here. It looks like with factory ammo compared to the hand loads. These hand loads are way more consistent. Already just from 6-7 rounds in, I can tell that they're hitting where they're supposed to be hitting. I'm happy to see they're cycling and loading well. And I think we got a good starter load here. Did that one not load? Oh, this one's kind of loose too. Huh. So I'm definitely gonna have to crimp a little better. This is actually the first time I've bought Lee dies in my Hornady press. The Hornady dies usually have a crimp in one on the ones I get, and this is not that. They have to do a crimp after, and I did do some. Didn't look like it was doing a whole lot, so I gave up on it, but it looks like I gotta pay more attention to that. All right, let's go check on those. Again, bolt held back. Looks like we got good extraction. Looks like we're still hitting in about the same spot around 4 o'clock. So I could definitely kick it up a notch with the loads. I think we'll take it up to 26 on the Arken. Looks like the elevation's solid on it. Everything's hitting pretty close on the elevation up and down, but side to side, a little tweak, and then we can just zero lock and set that and keep it how it is. It's a nice thing about the Arken's got a good reticle for holdovers. So once you get your zero, good to go. But, well, maybe it is a little low. Yeah, I thought I did pull that one over here. Definitely, But these ones, that's not a bad little group. This first one was a good little group where I wasn't even really trying to put them in, then I dialed a little bit. So I think I could dial maybe a couple clicks. Maybe try and actually hold over on this one and shoot it how it's supposed to. So let's bring it right. 2 clicks and up 2. Let's see how we're doing. Beautiful day outside. And after this, we're gonna go work on the hunting tower. I gotta put the second deck on there. We're getting there. We're September 19th, less than 2 weeks out from bow season. I'd like to get my hunting tower wrapped up by then. So, all right, let's see here. We got 7 rounds left because 4 were crappy. Somebody loaded those crappy. Wonder who that was. Just hope it keeps shooting like this as we're learning and experimenting. I like that it keeps cycling. I am testing out some new rings too. I had this Arken and something else, and I switched it over to these Tally rings. So we'll see how these Tallies hold up too. They look, I don't know if it's moving it all on us. I don't think so. So anyway, what'd I say? 2, bring it 2 right, bring it 2 up. So let's give that a shot. I'm really bummed about these. 2, 3, 4, and I got 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, all brass is accounted for, which is great. Because brass is expensive right now. It's crazy. So let's actually take our time on this shot and try and get this thing freaking dialed up. All right, I felt good about that one, so we'll see where that ended up. Let's put 2 more in that one. I'm gonna do some jogging to get this shit done. All right, let's dial it down 1. It looks like our left to right was good there. Had 1 just left and 1 just right. So happy about that. I like our left to right. There's like no wind out here, so very light breeze. It's not gonna affect it at all. Actually try our illumination. I haven't done that yet. First time I've used the illumination. Let's try it out. I'm sick of zeroing in. I just want to shoot, steal, and have fun. All right, we're right on. I mean, if that's not a bullseye, I don't know what is. And let's take one last one at the small steel target hanging there. Oh yeah. God, I love when this thing hits steel. Such a banger. Well, there you have it. They cycled good as long as the overall length was appropriate, which I screwed up on these 4. So we got a nice consistent toss at 3 o'clock, and I don't feel like it's overgassed. And then by then, hopefully our bolt action is in, and we can go ahead and make some even bigger rounds. Welcome back to the property. Day 3 on working up test loads here for the 6mm arc. So we did 25 and a half, and that was decent groups, not great. That was with the Hornady Evolution. That was a starting load given to me by Lee Precision Dies, which I am tempted to send back my Lee dies and just get some Hornady ones, so I'm not messing with that crimp. But I did go ahead and crimp these ones. I went a little bigger, as you saw. Went to 2.2 roughly, just a hair under, and we added another 1.5 grains. We're up at 27 grains. These are crimp, these are solid. We shouldn't have any issues with these moving around and doing what they did yesterday on those first 3 or 4 that I had that are too short in the overall length. So I've already got 5 loaded up right now, so let's shoot these and see how they cycle, see if they kick. I want to keep working up my loads because it's not an adjustable gas block, and I think my starting point is low enough with the powder where as I incrementally inch up the grains, it'll cycle a little bit better. I want to be shooting at 3 o'clock, so I'm going to keep moving this until I get kicks at 3. I'm going to keep working it up. We'll try out this 27 grains, see how it kicks, test accuracy, and that's going to be that. So I've already got 5 loaded up. Yesterday we didn't have an issue with the cycling. It was good. The CMMG magazine seemed to be doing the job. I haven't had any cycling issues since I switched to the Blue Follower, which is the 6.5 Grendel mags. Blue Follower seems to work a-okay. Stay away from the AR Stoner mags and some of those cheaper ones. I think it was the Elander. Didn't have success with that either. So, but these CMMGs and these Duramags are both the same, and they work great. And if I haven't mentioned it yet, this is a 20-inch barrel. It's a complete CMMG upper and bolt carry group that we're using.
It's the Resolute 100. I've shot it in another video on YouTube, so you can check that out. But that's just so you know, for reference, where we're at, what we're using, and yeah, let's get after it and see what we got today with this 27 grain workup load here. Let's get cozy. And hopefully, if these groups are good enough, we can do some steel ringing. I don't want to sit here and run all 20 on a target. We don't need to. Definitely some pop on that one. Definitely a little more pop than the last ones. Alright, well that's 5. Those are getting dirty. Alright, I'm gonna go take a look at these loads. I think they kind of sprayed up, looked like they were high. That could have been my bipod setup not being fully square there, but I don't think that has anything to do with it. I think I just got a little hotter loads than yesterday, and I don't think the scope was dialed to account for it. All right, so that was pretty extreme group. The first 3, I don't know if it was just the barrel so used to that factory ammo and low powder settings that it wasn't able to adjust, but the first 3 were kind of extreme and high elevation. The next 2 were right on, right where we zeroed yesterday, just a hair right, and I could have bumped the turret driving over here. It looks like I just adjusted left a little bit. So let's throw 3 in, put my brass catcher on so I'm not sitting here chasing brass. Let's just do another 3. Let the barrel cool for a minute there as I walk down and check these out. So let's try another 3. And we're not going to sit here and play with this forever, but let's just kind of see what this group is now that the barrel's kind of warmed up and ready to go. See if we can get these ones tight. I'd like to see a nice tight group touching from 100 yards, and so far no. So whether we have to work up our load just a hair to 27.5, we'll see. But well, let's go check that group and see what we're dealing with here. Okay, well, where it's at right now is not acceptable for any gun, let alone this gas gun with a 20-inch barrel. Extreme spread at 25 grain so far. I mean, I don't even need to get the calipers out. We're talking probably 2 mils spread from this distance. I mean, the repeatability should be at least within the dot. I mean, that's not it's either the load or it's this barrel. Not very impressed with this Resolute barrel so far, even with factory loads and everything. I'm happy everything's cycling, everything's operating well, but the groups are horrendous. I would not trust this right now. I mean, I trust it. I could hit an animal from the distance, but accurately dialed in, I don't think so. Doesn't feel that way, but hopefully we keep dinking with loads and we'll finally find something that works for it. I don't know what happened there where it hit the steel target. That's another 3. Let's go test that one. Hopefully it's looking better, but I doubt it. I think we're gonna have to keep playing with this. Well, mag's definitely getting dirty. Still cycling good. This gun needs a bath after all this powder testing. It's getting dirty with that suppressor on there. Let's see, it's on there good. Same suppressor I've been using. Shouldn't be any shift from that. It feels good. Everything's locked up good. The scope feels good. There's no wobble, right? Oh, that's good. It's just playing with these rounds. It's super frustrating, but I know it's going to be a time-consuming process, and it's going to be worth it in the end. Let's just see if we can't get something in that orange center. I'm glad I put this grass catcher on here. Sick of looking in the weeds. Yay, yay! All right, let's get some. Did we finally punch it? It looks like it. Are they getting tighter, or is it just me? Just like to see one time some stacking. All right. We got 5 rounds left. Might as well shoot some steel with those. We'll see what this last group looks like. We'll take a picture and show you how much this thing is spraying right now. So the last 3 I shot, 2 stacked, 1 in the middle. Before then it was out here, out here, out here. That's why I was talking about the 2 mil group. And this is just yesterday, 3, 4. Then there were some outside ones. But yeah, now our left to right looks beautiful. I'll take that from 100 with this gun. Just from what I've been dealing with, that's great. Maybe tick it up a hair, but I don't know. It's just, I've already brought it down a couple because it was up here when we first started this spray up here. So I brought it down a couple clicks, but now we're low. So maybe I'll bring it up 1 and we'll try that with the scope. And then tomorrow we'll try 27.5 grains and see if we can get this even tighter, see if 27.5 makes a difference in accuracy. So yeah, that's what we're dealing with right now. I mean, this was yesterday's 25.5. That was the first group out of the barrel. And then we went up here for 3. We had a flyer and then some flyers all over the place. So yeah, it's been kind of all over the board, but this last group is promising with those touching and 1 in the middle. That gives me hope. So yeah, let's keep playing with it, and we'll see if we can't stack 3, and then I would quit. Definitely got some brass to clean up. Boy, oh boy, that thing is gassy. But damn, is it slam steel. My favorite thing about this 6-arc is the steel ringing. All right, that's it for today. We'll test out 27.5 tomorrow. All right, so I did 2 batches real quick so we can get this wrapped up. Max load, it says on the website for Hornady Lever Evolution, is about 29.5 grains. So I loaded up some 28s and some 29s. We did 25.5s, and then we went to 27. Now we're at 28 and 29, working our way up slowly-ish. We're gonna see how these group. That'll hopefully get our velocity up where we want it to be, around 26, 2700. And you're getting to the extremes for the gas gun. So hopefully this will be our final test, kind of tell us what this barrel and gas gun like best. So a lot of trial and error here. So I'm gonna do 3 shot groups. I'm probably gonna do 3 or 4 with the 28, and then we'll do those 4 groups with the 29. So let's see what we got here. We'll do the 28s on the left side. Looks like we're getting some rain coming in too. I gotta hurry this up. They're a little spicier, that's for sure. Actually, I'm gonna take this off for this and see where these land. See if my pressures are up a little bit. I'm getting over to working towards our 3 o'clock from our 4 o'clock where we were previously. Okay, those were about 4 o'clock still, right around there. We're gonna switch over to 29s. Get some. Alright. 3 more 29 grainers, Lever Evolution with 105 grain Hornady Black, Hornady Match. I like that. All right, let's see where that spit. I like it. It's improving. I think 29. I just hope the groups are tight. Let's go take a look. Maybe that high 28s, 29. Kicking brass at 3 o'clock, so it's gassed good. Yeah, 3 o'clock again. All right. First group. These are the 28s. Here's the 28, 28. Here's the 29. And look at this 29. What the hell happened there? Is the scope loose or what the hell happened? I'll have to check on the scope, but hey, 2 in the dot from 100 yards. That's pretty good. I wonder if the 28.5 is kind of the sweet spot. Look at that one at 28, not bad. And this one at 29 grains. So not terrible, not great. I don't know what the hell that is. I'm gonna go look at the scope. I think that was our last group. I don't know why it's flying so high, but yeah, I mean, not great MOA, but compared to with what we've been dealing with in the past, it's not bad. So I think I'm gonna try just a few more. Let's try some more 29s at this one again, see what the hell happened. All right, so I took 3 more 28s, and they're 28s. And then here's my 29s, my final points. Way over here, one of them, and two right there. So this is a good group, and then a flyer. I mean, I don't even know how you zero in your scope when they're doing this. I mean, where the hell do you dial that? Because that's all like, so I like where that 29 was at, but I'm way left on it. 28s are left, right, and down. So I'm thinking like low in the mid to high 28s, and maybe I get a balance of who knows. 6 arc gas gun. Oh god, CMMG. Don't look for cloverleaf accuracy out of the CMMG, that's for sure. Yeah. All right, final thoughts on this on 6mm arc gas gun, at least for me. 20-inch CMMG upper. It's the Resolute 100. Not great groups. Gas system runs great, no problem. 28 to 29 grains right there at 3:30, 4 o'clock every time. Now that we've got the CMMG magazines, those run flawless. So you definitely want the blue followers for the 6.5 Grendel. Other than that, the upper is not shooting great. We've checked a bunch of different grain weights, and groups are not wonderful. It's hard to really zero in. So final thoughts is it's really easy to load the 6mm arc. It's cheap, it's cost effective. A lot of powders you can use. I wouldn't buy a CMMG upper again because the accuracy's been horrible. Although it is a gas gun, don't really care. I mean, it's close enough where if I'm out 100 yards, I'm going to hit something where I want to probably. But if you're looking for pinpoint accuracy, you're looking for precision, competition style shooting, it isn't going to work. We're going to really know when the bolt gun comes in. The Howa Mini action should be here whenever Brownells gets around to it, and then we'll really fine tune our loading. But I think the sweet spot for my rounds right now, I'm looking at 28 to 29. I'll probably shoot for 28.5. Looks like the 29s are a little bit too pressured, where they're kind of erratic. Yeah, there's a couple here and there that are closer together, but the flyers are just way off, and sometimes those groups are way out. So I'm going to do some 28.5s. I think that's kind of my range for the 20-inch upper here. Definitely going to clean it. I'll try some 28.5s. That might be the sweet spot. So stay tuned. I'll do some more shooting in the future. We won't do target shooting. This was just an experiment. I wanted to do a video and see, work up a load. And I think we'll be doing steel from here on out, and then some night hunts. We got the thermal we can throw on too, and we'll do some thermal hunting. So stay tuned. Thanks for watching. Sorry for the long video. We'll keep them shorter from here on out. Appreciate it.